getting ready to start up.
Okay. I wonder if that'd be too loud. We're about ready to start up. Make it sound like a real airport behind us. Hey, I'm gonna get how you get started.
Yeah, we'll try.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Roy Seeger. I'm the airport director of Flagler Executive Airport. We appreciate everybody coming out here today to witness the very first takeoff on our brand new $12 million runway. We did that today. We've just finished up that project. We did it today, that first takeoff landing, generosity of Tripp Wacker in the West Wind aircraft that he manages with Ryan Aviation. So it was a great experience for both of us, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely enjoyed it.
It was awesome, and it brought back a lot of memories for me because I used to crew in a corporate aircraft back when I was in the Marine Corps. But that's another story for another day. But today we got to do like I said, the initial takeoff on 11/29. This project's been a long time coming. We've actually been working on this project. It first came up in 1996. The idea of building this runway, and now we actually brought it to fruition to actually get it completed. We, as you all know, we started construction back in February. We're way ahead of schedule with this project, and as we open up 11/29, we close 6/24 as we complete the final phase of the full parallel taxiway. Once that's completed, we'll have the whole airport open up to 100%.
I know you called this runway completion the crowning jewel of all the upgrades you all have made at the airport.
Absolutely. We've done a lot of projects here at this airport, and being that actually since I've been here the last 8 years, we almost did $40 million worth of work. This project singly by itself was $12.2 million. So this is the single largest project this airport has ever done, actually, in the history of this airport being built. I don't even think it cost $12 million back when this airport was originally built in 1942.
And then there were $5 million in pre-construction costs.
Yeah, that's absolutely. We had a lot of, just before we got to put the first shovel in the ground, we spent over $5 million between property acquisition, wetland mitigation, design, construction, administration, and administration as well.
What does this new runway repositioned, relocated, and extended, what does that mean for the airport? Just talk about how important that is.
Well, the primary reason we did it is to make it better for safety reasons. We have what they call non-standard safety areas. So we actually fixed all the safety areas on the airport, and now making it a little bit longer, 5,500-foot runway, actually doesn't really make us get bigger aircraft in here, but allows those corporate aircraft, like one behind us, to actually take more fuel because of a longer runway. Jets don't like hot, so when it's hot, it takes longer for them to take off. So the longer runway allows them to be a little more heavier, to have more takeoff roll, and to be able to take on more gas. Which at the end of the
greater margin there.
And at the end of the day, that's important to us too. We like to sell more gas because, like I always like to tell the taxpayers of Flagler County, that the airport is a true enterprise fund. That we don't take any money from the taxpayers. It's all run. That we don't spend money that we don't make. So we sell the fuel. So that's a great thing that we can actually increase our market.
Can you talk about what it means for you as someone who uses runway?
As a pilot, as an operator, like I said, Roy was talking about, it increases our margin of error, increases safety areas in case we do have, God forbid, if we had a problem or a situation, the overruns, the runway itself, the links, make it a lot safer for our operation. And therefore our trips can be longer. We're not condensed to having to make fuel stops intermediately. My name, Tripp, T-R-I-P-P, Wacker, W-A-C-K-E-R.
How long have you used this?
I'm probably the oldest tenant here. I've been here since 1986. So it's been a long time, a lot of transition. And I will say that I've worked through many county commissions, many county administrators, many airport directors, and I will have to say Roy has by far done more for this airport in his tenure here than anyone else. So we thank you as far as tenants go. It increases our airport, the links, runway, safety areas, therefore increasing the business that we do.
How long have you been a pilot?
For 30 years. Got 18,000. 18,000 hours in the air.
You live in Flagler
Name-
County?
I sure do.
Name your company?
Ryan Aviation Incorporated.
Can you talk about the difference that you've seen with what you just described that you've seen the airport make over the past 35, 30 years?
That
What
would
was
take
it-
much too
When I moved
What was
here,
it like when you first
when
came?
I moved from Ormond's Airport, they didn't have the willingness to work with the situations we needed at hand. So when I moved up here, we barely had an FBO when I moved here in '86. And like I said, through many evolutions and many changes, we're here where we are today, and I never thought we'd be here. I never thought we'd be here. It's just, and Roy keeps me abreast of the things that are to come, and there's a lot more. So I still sit back in awe that, a lot of the other airports are doesn't have the growth and they're a little bit stagnant. But we're not that way. So we got a lot of good stuff coming.
And what are the specifications of the plane?
It's an Israeli aircraft West Wind. It seats 10 people total, including 2 pilots. It's a coast-to-coast airplane. It's a medium-range jet. It can do 440 knots at 41,000 feet. It was built in 1981. It's kind of a lighter to mid-range jet. And it serves 3 owners that are investors, and they go out as far as Colorado, up as far as Maine, and they have houses down in the Bahamas.
And just in case my microphone didn't pick up with the jet in the background, can you say again just how important this runway extension and relocation is? Just so I make sure I get it on my.
Okay, the
on
reason
audio.
this runway is so important is because initially we didn't have what they call we had non-standard runway safety areas, both on the left side, right side, and on the ends. So, like Tripp was saying, it actually gives a larger margin of error if an aircraft has some type of mishap. We have the full 1,000. We have a 5,500-foot runway, and it has the 1,000-foot runway ends, runway safety areas as well. So there's a much bigger area for aircraft to be safely operating out of here. And also too, the longer runway also allows those aircraft to be more efficient when it's hot out. They can actually take more fuel because they have a longer runway now.
And what he means by the overruns, if we got to a point of rotation and had a problem, and it can be any problem, it doesn't have to be a fire or a major catastrophe, but if we couldn't get stopped, these overruns allow us to decelerate and do it in a safe fashion. So that's why the overruns are so important to us, because we would actually go off into those overruns and decelerate at a safer pace than we would without them being there.
And how important was the relocation? That was a safety concern. I don't know how big of a concern, but that was a safety concern too.
More environmental, wasn't it? I mean, we had the old dump.
What was the question? Or what?
The relocating the runway
Was a
400
safety
feet south.
Well, yeah, but like I said, because it didn't have the proper runway safety area on the north side, and that's why we had to shift it. And we also shifted it to the east as well, because back in the day, this was used as a dump site, a landfill back over there. So we didn't want to impact that to get the proper runway safety areas. So we had to shift the runway to the east.
Yeah, we never could have. That couldn't have been a safety area because we can't touch it. So we'd actually impacted straight into it. So we had to relocate it and move it. Good.
Yep.
Can we get a photo of you guys by the plane?
Sure.